This video started out as a repair project on a neck. I had an old Gibson J-50 guitar that I bought years ago, and the neck was, the peg head was broken off of it, and somebody tried to repair it. And I attempted to repair it back then, and what I did was tried to epoxy it back together with some little stainless steel rods in it. And when I got done, I didn't feel like that it was adequate to hold it, so I made a neck for this guitar. And so the video started out as me trying to show a different method for repairing a broken peg head on a guitar. Now, I sold the J-50 guitar after I put the neck in it and did an extensive amount of work on it. But I had this neck laying around the shop here, and I kept thinking that I'd like to try to repair it. I'd seen some different repair techniques, and so I thought I'd just try to see what I could do with this neck. And as it progressed, I got the neck to a certain point and felt like that it might be repairable and be made into something that you could play. So I started making this video, and as it went along, I decided to try to get a fingerboard and put on it and make the neck where I could put it in a guitar body. We got this neck in here on my workbench and clamped down, and I'm going to attempt to take these little stainless steel rods out of this neck that I put in there, because if I take a router and try to route out wood like I've got in mind to do, we don't want to hit the piece of stainless steel. So we're going to try that. I don't know how this will work out, but hang on, that's what we're going to do. Sometimes a little bit of heat helps things a whole lot. Well, off camera, I studied about this, and no more than there is left of it. I thought I'd just do a kind of a drastic thing. I sawed a piece out on the bandsaw, and here it is. What I'm going to do is try to fit a piece in this side and glue it in, and then shape it to the neck, and then I can cut the other side out. So really what we're going to be doing is replacing a big section of that mahogany down through there. Here's a piece of mahogany that I sawed out, and the grain's running the right way. And we're just going to loosely fit this thing on here and make a little mark on it. Okay, we've kind of worked on this thing off camera a little bit. And we're trying to fit this piece in here. Just rough fit the, we got 3 straight places here. And that's what I want to try to work with. Here's some pictures of this process of gluing this first piece on here. We fitted it to the neck there and at an angle, and basically tried to put the treble half of the guitar back together. Then we shaped it down with some files and hand plane and so forth, and got it rough shaped to the neck contour, and just left it proud of the finished size. Here are some pictures of the second piece that I put in there. We cut out another section on the other half of the neck and angled it, and felt like that'd give it some strength. And here's the new block of wood that we put on the bass side, glued in roughly, and as you can see, there's a lot of excess wood left on there. Here are some shots of the process of trimming the piece down to fit the neck. It's a long drawn out procedure, and I had a lot of videos, but I've condensed it down to just some snapshots so you could kind of get the idea of what we're doing here. I believe I've got it patched up where it'd make a decent neck, but don't have a fingerboard, don't have a body for it. But as I studied about it, I got to thinking that I got a lot of Martin old fingerboards and some old Martin bodies laying around here. That came in a bunch of stuff I bought from a friend of mine several years back, Larry Mathis. And I got to thinking that maybe I could put this Gibson neck in one of those old bodies I had laying around here. Here's a shot of the carbon fiber rod that I put in there with a little filler piece of wood alongside it, and here's a picture of the fingerboard laying on the guitar. Here's a shot of the fingerboard being glued on with a little wooden caul that I use, and the fingerboard is a Martin scale. That's longer than the Gibson, but I had to tease a little bit, but it worked out. Well, here's some shots of the neck as it's finished up shaping, and of course we've refinished the neck. Here's my little jig to measure the scale with, and a straight edge to make sure that the neck sets right. Here's the neck while I'm working on the dovetail, undercutting it, so forth. Here's a little block that I use where I can get the straight edge on the neck set. Here's a shot of the neck clamped up to the body and glued in, and that's my little jig to do that with. Here's a shot of the process of attaching the bridge to the body and cleaning the finish off underneath where the bridge glues on. It's a long drawn out procedure, and I'm just showing the highlights of it. Here's the finished product. Kind of buffed it out a little bit and got it looking a little bit better there. Well, I found him by the railroad tracks this morning. I could see that he was nearly dead. I knelt down beside him and I listened just to hear the words the dying fellow said. He said they let me out of prison in Chicago. 10 long years
southbound freight to Chattanooga. See my road